Hello, my name is Christopher Smitherman, candidate for Cincinnati City Council. I want to share with you some information about a political action committee that has recently inserted itself in the local city council race. I want to talk about this organization called Cincinnatians for Jobs Now, Jonathan White, treasurer. And you're going to hear that name because they're running a negative radio ad against my campaign. The most important thing I want you to know is who they are. And we'll get into the substance of what they're saying, because I think who they are will be as intriguing as the substance. So Jonathan White is a union man. He is African American and he lives in Dayton, Ohio. And Jonathan White joined the Cincinnati NAACP while a gentleman by the name of Rob Richardson was attempting to take over the Cincinnati NAACP by using his union members and union influence to take over the organization. And their political coup failed. Jonathan White is very close friends with Rob Richardson. As a matter of fact, Jonathan White will attend Cincinnati NAACP meetings even though he lives in Dayton, Ohio. Now what has happened here is I'm going to talk about this literature. Many of you have been getting a lot of direct mail pieces at your home. And we're going to show you a picture of these direct mail pieces, all of them sent by the same political action committee called Cincinnatians for Progress for Jobs Now. Cincinnatians for Jobs Now, Jonathan White. So all of the pictures that you see on the table, all of that lit is from the same person. It's from the same entity. And there is a theme to what they're sending out. Meaning the PAC is obviously supporting Yvette Simpson for city council because they're targeting their money trying to influence you to vote for her. They're also targeting and supporting Chris Silbach for city council. They also are, and they have a lit piece out there targeting about 7 or 8 Democrats, all of them Democrats, no independents, no charterites, no Republicans. So that also gives you a sense that this is an organization or a PAC that is only supporting what they would say union-friendly Democrats. So the lit pieces that you see right now on the screen, all of those pieces of lit are from the same person. I want to let you know that the mastermind behind the literature is a gentleman by the name of Rob Richardson. This is all him. That's it. It's not complicated. And Rob Richardson, he buys his union, buys local radio time on a radio station called The Buzz in Cincinnati. And he gets on the radio with paid time and spouts out all kinds of different ideas that he has. But what he doesn't tell you is that that's his PAC. So the next thing they've done is they have now created a radio ad. Very interesting, because what Rob Richardson is doing is he's using my voice where I would sing very proudly the Black National Anthem. Where did he get it from? That's interesting. Well, I volunteered my time on The Buzz for 5 years doing a Saturday radio show. And at the end of my radio show, I would sing the African American National Anthem on the radio. So the only way that Rob Richardson and his PAC and his treasurer is Jonathan White could have gotten that is if they were colluding directly with the Buzz staff. I want you to say, and what is the Buzz if you're listening to this and you're in another country? If you don't live in the city of Cincinnati. The Buzz is a local African American radio station that is owned by Radio One. And their manager, one of their managers, is a woman by the name of Jerry Tolliver. Now there's no way that that ad can be running without the Buzz actually providing the audio with me singing the Black National Anthem to the political action committee that the treasurer is Jonathan White, but the mastermind is Rob Richardson. Now Jonathan White, as I said, comes to Cincinnati NAACP meetings and he has spoken to me. He sits next to Rob Richardson when they come to our meetings. he is no stranger to the Cincinnati NAACP. So what you're seeing now is Richardson now carrying over a personal attack using union money because he's angry that he lost the presidency at the Cincinnati NAACP. It's not complicated. Now, what's also interesting, and I go back, is he also controls a PAC called Cincinnatians for Progress. So this is a second political action organization that he controls. Now, if you're going to look at now the next picture that you're going to see on the screen where Rob Richardson, through Cincinnatians for Progress, sent out a literature piece that says that President Barack Obama endorses the streetcar. Not only does he endorse the streetcar, but his wife endorses the streetcar, and his two daughters endorse the streetcar, and you can see their picture. Now, they are only sending the literature that now you see, all the literature that you see there on the table from Citizens for Jobs Now. They're only sending that into African American homes, and they're only sending this one that President Barack Obama on it to Democrats and predominantly African American families. So what you see Rob Richardson doing is trying to influence the election by putting lies out specifically to African American people. Now, this is a guy, Rob Richardson, who's highly educated, has an engineering degree from the University of Cincinnati. He's a lawyer. He sits on the University of Cincinnati Board of Trustees that has now created a commercial on black radio making a mockery of the black national anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing, where he's inserting lies, asserting that I am a member of the Tea Party, thinking that the African American community is so easily influenced that he can make any charge that he wants and put it out on radio. What it speaks to is how Rob Richardson really doesn't have a good moral heart. There's no real compass in him. There is no rudder in him. And what a woman has said to me who came by my office is, he actually was asked, was he involved with that PAC? He said he didn't know anything about the PAC. His answer was he knows nothing about it. And I'm letting you know, I have literally seen Jonathan White sitting next to Rob Richardson at Cincinnati NAACP meetings. Now, I want you to take this information, now that you know who's behind it, and you have some context that this is really a bleed over from the race of the Cincinnati NAACP presidents where Rob Richardson lost the race. Now what they're trying to do is attack my campaign. Their goal is, and they're going to fail at their goal, is to try to influence African Americans to not vote for me on their word, on their announcement that I am now in the Tea Party. The last point I want to make is that, you know, African American professionals across this country, we're attacked at times on both sides. Now here you have this young African American male who is on the University of Cincinnati's Board of Trustees. He is defaming the African American national anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing, and calling me an Uncle Tom and a sellout to African Americans. Now let me just share something with all of you before I go. Remember my record. Remember that Smitherman literally went to jail fighting for our right to have jobs in Cincinnati. So as I close out, I want you to know that what Rob Richardson is attempting to do is promote his own self-interest. Think about his position on red light cameras, on the selling of our water, on proportional representation in the city of Cincinnati, on the meter deal, on the parking meter deal, and most importantly, on the streetcar deal. So what you can do right now is go and view Rob Richardson's office on Montgomery Road. So his office, meaning Labor 265's office, is on Montgomery and Duck Creek, right across from the old St. Mark's grade school. Now, what you're viewing right now is a picture of his current office. And you can see all of the candidates that they are supporting for council. But what he's not telling you is that the PAC, Cincinnatians for Jobs Now, is also an arm of Local 265 that they are using to attack candidates in the process. He needs Silbach and Simpson, and he's promoting Dillingham, flashing now back to the picture of all of the lit that he sent out to all of our home, that his PAC is trying to get these three people elected so that they will advance the streetcar, which 85 to 90% of African Americans do not support. And he wants to advance what is called responsible bidder. And this is a trademark ordinance that Rob Richardson got Chris Silbach, Councilman Silbach, to introduce, that now has all MSD work on hold, where Rob Richardson is saying that all of the work must be union, that's the city, is telling the county that no one, if you're not union, you can't work on $3.5 billion. So you have Rob Richardson here fighting for $3.5 billion with a B. That's all this is about. Money, power, and control. It won't work. I thank you for taking the time to listen to this video, giving me an opportunity to explain what's going on, because my father, before he passed, Dr. Herbert C. Smitherman Sr., the first African American ever hired by Procter & Gamble with a PhD in the world. What he said is, if African Americans are given the right information, they will make the right choice. He said, Christopher, the problem is we're given the wrong information and therefore we aren't making the right choices. But we're not illogical. You have Rob Richardson out here intentionally trying to mislead and give wrong information, specifically targeting African American voters. And he's using the Buzz radio station that has spent the last 2 years attacking my campaign. He's using their channels, right? He's using the union money by cutting these commercials. And I just thought it was important for you to know who was behind the ads that you're hearing on the radio and who specifically is behind all of the lit that's being sent to your home. I want to assure you that everything and anything that Rob Richardson is stating is absolutely a lie. Thank you for listening. Politics 101.